Hello everyone, my name is Sham and I am an internet intellifier. So in the previous video we saw the introduction to a priori algorithm and the prerequisites of the a priori algorithm and what are the terms are we used in the a priori algorithm, that is support, confidence and leaf. So let's code of the a priori algorithm. It is very easy to code, just we have to write 15 to 20 lines. So first let's import the necessary libraries. Import numpy as np, then import matplotlib.pyplot as plt, and the third library is pandas as pd. So let's run this. So it successfully gets executed. So all the necessary libraries for the pre-processing that we have imported, and before going to do pre-processing I want to show you the dataset. So this is the basket optimization dataset, in which the each line, that is 1 2 3, represent the transactions of the individual user. So suppose one person has come to the shop and buys shrimp, almonds, avocado, vegetable mix, green grapes, whole wheat flour. So these are nothing but the transaction happen over the week. So this all the transaction are happen in the week. So let's take another line. So suppose this person has bought only chocolate and its color, then this person has only buys herb and pepper. So this is the dataset, and we have total 7501 lines of the dataset, so which is sufficient dataset. It is a dataset obtained from one shop over the weekend. So let's import that dataset into dataset variable. We will use pandas to read the dataset. At this is the csv file, so we have to use read underscore csv method, and in which the first parameter that we have to give is the dataset file name. So if you working with the Colab, then before importing make sure you have uploaded the dataset file. So I will just copy the name of the file, so I need not read to write it again. So this is our dataset. So let's import this. So this is successfully imported. So let's see the first 5 lines of the dataset. Okay, so it is taking time. So as you can see, this dataset is not imported correctly, as it considers 0th line as the column names. So as you can see, there is no column names in our dataset, and the Python consider first line as the our column name. So we don't want this, and we want to tell the Python that this dataset has no column name. So for this, you remember the parameter is header. So by default header is set to 0th line, that is to this line, 0th line, and it will consider this as a column name, but we don't want that. So set just header is equal to none, so it will consider as there is no column name. So now as you can see, the lines is now in the correct place. The line is now in the correct place, and this is the NaN is nothing but not a number, as these are the empty values. So Python is considered as NaN, not a number. So this is our data pre-processing. So in this again one thing remaining, that is, as the a priori that the method we are going to use don't need the data set in the data frame. Okay, so it need the data set in the multi-dimensional array, or we can see in the form of list. So if you provide this dataset or this input to the a priori method, then it will not work correctly as you want. So that's why we have to convert this data frame into the multi-dimensional array. So for this I will include one code section, and then I will make one list, so we can, so this list will contain our multi-dimensional array. So let's initialize to it this list to empty. Then in the next code section I will write two for loops. First I will write the code and then I will explain. From 0 to 750, and as the dataset our contains this many lines, then I will append to transactions dot append, then the dataset dot values I comma j. This is the list comprehension method. So for range 0 to 20. Okay, so what does these lines means? As you see, the dataset contains 7501 lines. Okay, and you know that the Python has started index from the 0 and it goes up to the 7500. As Python will not consider, Python will exclude the last index, that is it will not consider 7501. So it is goes up to 0 to 7500. Okay, so it will consider all the lines, and as we want to convert this data frame into our multi-dimensional array, so we are getting each value, that is stream elements, is line by line. So this for this line will get all the lines, and this inner for loop will get all the columns that contains these lines. So suppose the I value 0, so this value will get into this I, and then j will traverse through all the columns names. So I will accessing I comma j. Suppose the j's value 0 and I value 0, then I am accessing this value and I will append these values to transactions. So as we are getting the list, right? So in the 0th index we are getting multiple values, and the a priori algorithm considers it as it needs the multi-dimensional array. So this is one just the simple array. So for the multi-dimensional array we are going to give the brackets, and also for correct append method, so as we know that our data set contains the string values only, so we are converting it into string. So now it is total, so it will get each row, and whatever the row contains, that is this will take all these products and make one list, and that list will be appended to this transaction list. So this is the type of nested list. So let's run this. So we are doing this because the a priori method will just know the multi-dimensional array, it will not know how to tackle with the data frame. So let's print the transactions. So I will not print all because it is very huge. So as you can see that the 0th list contains stream elements. This is nothing but the first row of our data set, and this transaction will contains all the rows in the type of the list. And we are doing this because only the a priori algorithm consider multi-dimensional array. So after this we will train our a priori algorithm model. So for this I will not import any external library. So this is the another method So you can import the method by installing pip, or I have downloaded one file from the internet, apriori.py. I am using method from this apriori file, but you can import external library and use that too. So this is just the another way. So I will import one method from that file from apriori, then import apriori. Okay, so let's execute this. Okay, successfully executed. Now we will build our a priori algorithm. So for this I will give, as you know that the a priori method will understand only the multidimensional array. So first parameter must be the multidimensional array that we have created into this code section, and all the values of the data set is now in the transaction list. So I will give that transaction list input to these transactions. Then as you can know, we have in the algorithm we have saw that we have to set minimum support value. Then I will set these values afterwards. So first I will write this, then we will set that value. Minimum confidence, then minimum lift, as we have seen this in the introduction video, and minimum length I will give it as 2. So first I will explain what is this minimum length. So suppose we have data set of market basket. So this 2 means we will calculate the associativity between 2 products. Okay, we will not go towards the 3 products. Suppose you have mentioned here 3, then it will calculate the frequent item set for the 3 items, but we don't want that. We want only for 2 products. We will consider the customer as the basket, and in which we are calculating the associativity between only 2 products. So this is the meaning of this min underscore length parameter. Then this transaction, as you know, is the multidimensional array containing all the transactions. Then the minimum support, how to get that minimum support. For this, suppose you want to set support as the 3 products per day. You want to sell 3 products per day, and this data says, as I have said, it is the about transaction happened in the week, on 1 week. So suppose you want to sell product 3 piece per day, and for as this data set is of the 1 week, then week contains 7 days, and total we have 70. So let me check, 7501. Okay, so what does this means? So we want to sell, or we want to give minimum support. The product that must be appear that much time. So if you set if you want to sell product for at least 3 times per day, or you want to include product in your dataset, or you want to sell that product for 3 times per day, then we have to multiply that into 7, cause for this dataset contains the transaction over the week, and we are dividing it by the whole, then we will get the minimum support. Okay, so as you can see, we got 0.0027, that is approximately 0.003. so this you have to play with the minimum support, minimum confidence, and minimum lift. It is totally depend upon your business problem. So we have to get that values like this. So how many products in per day you want to sell, and how many transactions your dataset has. So by following this, you can get the values of the minimum support. Now I will set it to 0.003. okay, let's talk about confidence. So confidence is nothing but the associativity between 2. Suppose the customer will buy product A, then need how many percentage chance so that the customer will buy another product B. So suppose take one scenario. Suppose the summer is going on and the customer will buy ice cream, okay, and the customer also required the other products also, like the wheat flour. So there is no connection to calculate the associative between the ice cream and the wheat, because it is every other person or every person has the wheat and the ice cream in his or her basket, okay. So there is no need to calculate the associativity, and if you calculate, then the confidence or associativity will be greater, okay. So we don't want that. So generally we set the minimum confidence to lower. So I will set it to 0.2, that is a 20%. If our a priori method gets the confidence value greater than 20, then it will consider, else it will not consider that rule. And I will set the minimum lift, that is the confidence of A and B divided by the support of B. We can get this from the formula, and I will set it as 3. I will set minimum underscore lift as 3. So now we have make one object, or we have made one variable from this a priori. Now we have our model ready. So let's visualize the result. For this I will use one variable result and convert, cause this a priori algorithm will return the object, and that object we have to convert to rules to see what it gets. So for this I will give that object to this list input, and this list method will convert that rules object into the list. And suppose you want to see that list, so as the list, this is list, so you can use indices to see that, okay. So this one result. So what do we get from this line? So it is saying that the associativity of light cream and chicken, so there is support of 0.004, as you can see that this support is greater than 0.003. that only consider if it will be, if suppose this will be 0.003, then it will not consider, or less than 0.003, then it will not include into these rules, okay. So this light cream and chicken has the support of 0.004, and it has the confidence of 0.29. so there is 30% chance if the customer buys light cream, then it will buy chicken also. There is 30% chance, and you can see the lift value is 4.8, which is quite very good for our model. So as you can see that we have get the associativity rule. So by using this, the shopkeeper comes to know he has to put light cream and the chicken nearby, okay. So let's see another result, okay. So as you can see, the escalope and the mushroom cream sauce has the support 0.005, which is very good compared to previous one, and it has the confidence 30%. so there is 30% chance if the customer buys escalope, then it will buy mushroom cream sauce, okay. So again we will see another one. The escalope and the pasta has the support 0.005, and it has the confidence 37%, okay. So whenever customer buy escalope, then it will buy pasta about 37%. so shopkeeper, from this our model, shopkeeper comes to know it has to put escalope and pasta side by side in his shop, so it will get the maximum benefit. So this is all about the a priori algorithm. I hope you got how to set minimum support values, how to set minimum confidence. This is not totally depend on your business problems. So before going to build your model, pre-process the data and see how much minimum support or how much product you want to calculate the support for, and how much minimum confidence you want to calculate, okay. So this is all about the a priori algorithm. I hope you liked. So thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.